There are 4 legendary creatures in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order that can totally be a challenge, but you want to take them out because they are guarding some very nice items, and you actually also get a trophy or achievement called the Legendary Beast after killing them. So in this video I will tell you how to kill them and also where you can find these creatures. Would of course be awesome if you could leave a like on the video as it shows your support. And let's go. Let's start with everyone's best friend, Bogdo, the first legendary creature you actually encounter on Bogdo over here on the map. And you want to stand up here because then you can already start the fight with a nice advantage. I already showcased this in my previous video, but what I did not touch on is the fact that you can cut off his tongue. You need to have force pull for this though, that you get by playing through the story. And then when the time is right, when the frog is about to do his grab attack, you want to pull out his tongue and then cut it off. And I actually did this on a regular frog because I already took out Bogdo before I got this power. But I totally think that it will be helpful during this fight as well, so he cannot use his tongue for attacks anymore. And you actually also get a trophy or achievement from doing this. Although I can totally see why you want to take on Bogdo before you get the force pull. Although it's of course not necessary, like you can leave him be and then return when you are stronger. You can already steal the health essence that he is protecting, like you might die, but then you will still have it. No, but we of course want to kill him. And what I did is just dodge away and then slice a few times and then be defensive again, see what he does, and then counter attack him. What is also smart is to slow him in the middle of an attack animation and then roll to the side so you can easily hit him while he will continue his attack. And here you see what that grab attack does with his tongue if you do not cut it off. So yes, good luck, dodge away, slice when the time is right, and if you cannot kill him right now, don't worry, you can always come back. And later on you, for example, unlock a skill that gives you overall extra lightsaber damage. And this of course a tip that is handy for all the legendary creatures. I was able to unlock this skill after spending 3 skill points before going to Dathomir for the story. But also of course unlocking extra stim canisters so you can heal yourself more often will help you a lot during these fights. More health and force in general is of course great, and this ability that makes it so that you can restore your force when using one of these stims. Really one of my favorite skills and one of the best in the game, so then you can just spam your abilities a ton when fighting these creatures. The second legendary creature that I want to touch on is actually one that I did not discuss here yet on the channel, and that's the Albino Wyyyschokk spider that you find on Kashyyyk over here on the map. It's actually pretty close to your ship, where you have like the battle between the spiders and the troopers. And you can get here very easily after you completed one of the story missions on this planet, but you can also stumble upon this location while doing that first mission. From your ship you want to take the shuttle to the elevator, you exit the elevator from the left and then have the troopers on your left, but you actually want to find this opening here, because that leads to the lair of the spider. I now had 2 times though that I would fall through the ground, like right before the entrance, like 2 times. So I don't think that's supposed to happen. Hopefully they are aware of this issue and looking into it for a future patch. There is, by the way, a new patch coming that is already out on the PC, that will be out on consoles later, and I want to cover that here on the channel too, so keep it locked for when that patch goes live. You will respawn though, but it's still a weird bug, and again it happened twice. No, but if everything is working, then you get to this boss location and then fight the spider in this way too small area. Something that most of the legendary creatures have in common. A nice thing, by the way, is that when you climb up here to get the force essence already and the chest with the commando poncho, then the spider boss will not attack you anymore. So you can relax a bit and think before you engage. You can actually also get to this part of the area first via the small passage. So overall, with these spiders you want to focus on their back, and that's also the case for this mini boss, because then you will do an insane amount of damage. It will not be really needed to take him out, but it will help you a lot. I found that the dash strike skill, one of the first skills you actually unlock, and you can then upgrade to increase the range. Totally do that, I would say. Anyway, totally use that to close the distance, especially after he just did an attack so you really have enough time to slice the spider and then dodge away. Staying close is also smart, dodging to the side so you can do some slashes when the boss is preparing the next attack. Sometimes other spiders will join though, so be careful for that, but I think that has to do with the trooper fight that is also going on, so maybe make sure that you clear that first, so you only have this mini boss to worry about. So the gameplay you see here was on Jedi Master, but on Jedi Grandmaster, like these special attacks that you cannot parry will be vital, unless you have like a ton of health. So you really have to dodge these attacks, because they're already strong on a lower difficulty, but again on this extreme difficulty, they will just instantly kill you. We already touched on the third legendary creature in a recent video, the Rabid Jotaz, that you can find on Zevo, on the crash site over here on the map. It's on the left side of the crash site, where you actually already fight a regular Jotaz first. And after cutting off his arms, I really love this finishing animation, you want to climb up and then remove the red screen. So you need the overcharge that you get from one of the story missions, actually on Kashyyyk. So that's why the spider is the second creature, and this is actually the third creature, while this of course on the second planet that you can go to. Anyway, you want to squeeze yourself inside, then go up the stairs and do it again, and then you will meet this slow but pretty deadly creature. So as I said in my previous video, you can actually get a head start on this guy by climbing up higher and then jumping with an air slash. You can actually also already do this from the first platform that you arrive on. Just sprint, jump and hit the button at the right time. I tried this tactic by the way on the spider too, but it doesn't seem to work. So only for Oggdo, Bogdo and the Rabid Jotaz, but of course if you made it work, let me know in the comments down below. For the rest of the fight, you want to wait until the beast is finished, and then I like to do my dash again. So you are just quick, can easily do some damage, and then get away real fast again. It's even better to parry the incoming attacks. They are relatively slow, so you can push the parry button at the right time. Although I think that dodging in this game is just a safer method. Hard to rely on the parries in my opinion, especially on a harder difficulty when you have to be very precise. And I use the single lightsaber by the way for all these encounters, because you're just fighting one target and every slash with the single lightsaber does way more damage than with the double bladed one. So I totally recommend that you go for the single lightsaber. Now on to the final target that you can actually encounter pretty late in the game after getting the double jump. You can then return to Dathomir, and this is where you will encounter Nidak Alpha. It's over here on the map, so that's after the spot where you meet the Wanderer when you went to this planet, maybe before you got the double jump. Then you have to go straight for the main story, but you also see the yellow wall for the unexplored area here. And this is where we can find this very aggressive creature. I already had a lot of skills, the lightsaber upgrade and many stims, so that totally helped a lot. And also with this creature you want to dodge or parry the incoming slashes and then strike when in this case the creature is on the ground and recovering. I used the slow sometimes again while he was in an animation for that nice guaranteed hit. But again, that dash with an extra slash and then dodging away is just an amazing tactic. And don't hesitate to use your stims even when you are at half health, because a full combo from this creature can easily take you out if you only have half of your health bar. I finished the creature off with a nicely timed overhead slash after the alpha was done with its full combo, and just like with any fight against these types of creatures, you want to be careful, because then right before they die, they will still try and slash you. So dodge away, and then bam, you got all the legendary creatures and this still pretty rare achievement and trophy. And then you totally want to continue down this path for a cool outlaw outfit and a stim canister, as I already mentioned in my previous video by the way. I will link to that one in a second. Of course, if you got tips and tricks for fighting these creatures or need help, then totally drop it down in the comments below. Let's help each other out if you're having issues with one of them. Subscribe of course for way more Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order content. Like the video to support the channel. If you find something interesting Star Wars related, then totally email me via the input@JorRaptor.com email address, or you can find me on social media @JorRaptor on Twitter and on Instagram. You can totally watch my previous Star Wars videos if you haven't already. The all outfit videos talks about this extra path and the outfit, stim canister, and all the outfits. And I also got one with more overall secrets, like more of these stim canister upgrades. For now though, I will speak to you next time. Thanks a lot for watching, and goodbye.